Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to create our own birdhouse. I'm going to demonstrate with this yellow piece of paper. You're going to have it in front of you going long ways, and what I'd like you to do is actually fold it in the shape of the long ways. We call it hot dog. So fold it that each corner joins the other one, and then press it down in the center. Okay, and then open it up, and there you can see a little fold there. Okay, and then we're going to get a pencil or a crayon, and we're going to draw two diagonal lines to turn it into the shape of a house. So I'm going to use a crayon so that you can see clearly, but at the top where the fold is, I'm going to draw a sloped line, a diagonal line like that, and I want to do the same on the other side and slope it down like that. And then when I've got that, I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut along the line that I've just drawn. So I'm going to go along that diagonal line with my best scissor skills and take this away. So I'm trying to go as straight as I can. And these little pieces that I've just cut off, I don't need those now. So we can put those in the collage box or in the recycling. Now the next thing I'd like to do is actually add some designs and patterns. So I'm not going to be scribbling, I'm actually going to use the knowledge that I've got from previous lessons and think about all the lovely lines. So I'm going to use crayons or oil pastels. Today I've got some oil pastels. So if we think of some of the lines that we have learnt and use that prior knowledge, so there's a looped line, here's a scallop line. I'm just going to keep changing my colours as well. I'm going to do a zigzag line, so all that energy there is coming out, zigzags. And I'm going to do a wavy line. I'm actually going to do a dash line going across. Okay. And what else could I do? I could actually incorporate some shapes as well. So I'm going to do some circles and some diamonds, circles and diamonds, and I'm actually creating a pattern as well. So I want you to think about how you could decorate your birdhouse. I'm going to do some more wavy lines there. I'm actually going to wave it and repeat it like that. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. When I've got the lines on the birdhouse that I like, I'm going to get myself a little bit of water and a soft round brush, and I'm going to use some of my tempera cakes, and I'm going to paint in some patterns as well. So I can fill in, and we're going to use the resist technique as well, so that when you touch the oily pastel lines or the crayon lines, it resists the paint. So I'm going to do this one. I'm actually going to go around, I'm going to fill this one in with colour. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when I've actually decorated the front of this birdhouse in a few moments. Now that I've got that done, I'm just going to put this just to the side, and then I'm going to make sure that my brush is put into the bubble bucket so that it can wash, and my paints are put away, and my water pot is cleaned up too. Because now what I'm going to get is a piece of black paper and a condiment pot, and with a pencil or a white crayon or light crayon, you can go round the shape. Okay, so trace around the larger part, which is the opening. Okay, with the pencil you can actually still see the line because it's shiny and silver. And then with your scissors, what I'd like you to do is cut out that circle. And while you're doing that, your painting's still drying, and it shouldn't take long, because then once we've got this cut out, we're going to get some strips of paper as well, and we're going to decorate the house and glue it all down, so we're going to have a lovely home for our bird. Okay, so there's my circle. This can be put into the collage box or recycled, boys and girls. And then I'm going to pull this back, and you're going to see that it's actually going to be where the little bird's going to go in. So he needs to get, that's his doorway actually. Okay, now you're going to go to the boxes that have all the strips of paper, and you're going to get two colours. they're long, they're 12 inches long, so this one's going to be long, so we're going to put this along the bottom. This other one was a strip that was really long, and I actually folded it and I cut it in half. And what I want to do is actually put those strips there. If you're not too sure about folding in half, I'll show you with this one. I just folded it like that, pressed it down, and then where the fold is, that's where I cut it. So it's equal on both sides. So I'm going to stick that down there and put that there. Okay, now I know my painting is virtually dry, so I'm ready to actually glue my strips of paper down. So I'm just going to make sure that I get glue on that strip, and I'm going to set it along like that. I'm going to do the same on this one and set it just like that. And what I want to do is make it that it goes into a V at the top there. And this one, I know it's long, and what we can do is, I'm just going to put some extra glue there, is line it up along like that, or put it like that. I'm just going to line it up like that. So now I know that when I've got that down, I'm going to just turn it over, and I always say I like calling this giving it a haircut. I'm going to trim off the excess that I don't want, like that. Okay, so I don't need that little piece there. So we get rid of that. Turn this back again. And the last thing I need to do is put on the doorway. So again, I'm going to go round the shape and a little bit in the middle. Decide where I want to put my doorway. I'm actually going to put it there. Okay? And then just make sure that everything's glued down really well. I'm going to do the upside down test. Yep, everything's glued on really well. And I'm going to put it on the drying rack just to make sure that everything's dry for the next lesson. Now it's your turn, boys and girls. Let's go make ourselves a collage birdhouse.